Hello everyone and welcome back, I'm the R6 Lore Guy, and with Blackbeard having a brand new gadget in Operation Collision Point, Ubisoft have updated part of his bio to better reflect his new updated gadget. Now I know a lot of you are waiting for the lore of this season. This is something we're going to see more closer to the season's release and what happens after the Operation Twin Shells comic book. But what we can look at right now is the updated bio for Blackbeard, and I'm going to cover his entire new bio because half of it is the same as the old one because obviously, they're not changing his past. He's still the same person. But then we'll talk about the new gadget, and you know what? For conservation's sake, we'll also take a look at the analysis of his old rifle shield as well, since it will be leaving in the new season. So all I do ask is if you enjoy this video, then be sure to drop it a like, consider commenting since it does help with the algorithm, and make sure you're subbed if you haven't already. Without further ado, let's get into this video. So Blackbeard's real name is Craig Jensen, and he was born in Bellevue, Washington, United States. And his bio starts off with a little quote saying, "I'm a diver. We're used to seeing threats through a layer of tempered glass." And then we get to learn a little bit about his background, and it goes as follows. Instead of following the family tradition in the medical sciences, Jensen joined the US Navy. His early years in the Boy Scouts and the United States Naval Sea Cadet Corps, in brackets Blue Angel Squadron, solidified his desire to serve his country and see the world. Joining the military offered him the ideal opportunity to pursue an academic education whilst learning a wide range of skills that fueled his adventurous spirit. After his initial military stint, Jensen focused on the US Navy SEALs as his ultimate career goal. Driven to succeed in his profession and his private life, he has climbed Mount Everest, participated in US sailing championships, and has sailed around the world on several occasions. And next up we have a specialist profile from Harry back when he was still the director, and it says the following. Specialist Craig Blackbeard Jensen has a commanding presence complemented by a boisterous sense of humor and a booming laugh. Outside his operational role, Jensen doesn't appear to take too many things seriously. He was relaxed and open throughout our conversations, describing himself as a gun-ho and an all-in kind of guy. I have to admit, I don't hear gun-ho too often. Athletic, rugged, a mountain climber, and competitive sailor, Jensen tells me that he's most himself when he's in nature. He says the wilderness encourages adaptation and builds willpower, tolerance, and acceptance. This has been something he has been cultivating since his youth. I asked him if there was a job out there that he would do if he wasn't in the military. He told me that he thought about becoming an oceanographer, but right now, there's still a lot of shine on being a SEAL. I asked him when he first discovered his taste for adventure. At 5 years old, he snuck out of bed and hauled all the family camping equipment into the woods behind his house. He camped there for 2 days, then returned so his parents wouldn't worry. He later learned that they knew exactly where he was and had been keeping an eye on him. He regrets not staying out longer. He says his great-grandfather quit his job one day, left his wife and kids, and went north to be a gold miner. Jensen says he shares that same passion to explore, though he's not at all interested in abandoning his own wife and children. Present-day pirates are a serious concern to the Navy, and Jensen has participated in multiple anti-piracy task force. That said, when at home, he enjoys playing swashbuckler pirates with his kids. Jensen says pirates were egalitarian, and that it was similar to how a rainbow team might conduct an operation. He's a solid operator with a clear image of his role. He's successful at it and well liked by his team. If he wants to play pirates in his downtime, I think it sounds like fun. And that was Dr. Harishra Hari Pandey back when he was still the director of Rainbow talking about Blackbeard. His training and relevant experience is also the same as it was before, with his training being the Naval Diving and Salvage Training Center, Fleet Training and Advanced Training, Advanced Close Quarter Combat / Breacher, Diving Supervisor, Advanced Demolition, and Survival, Evasion, Resistance and Escape School. His relevant experience includes the Maersk, Alabama hijacking, which was a real-life pirate incident which happened in 2009. You have Operation Ocean Shield, which was a NATO-led counter-piracy mission, which took place on the waters off the Horn of Africa between 2009 and 2016. You also have Operation Jubilee. You also have the seizure of the MV Morning Glory, which was an operation that took place on March 16th, 2014, where US Navy SEALs took control of an oil tanker called Morning Glory in the waters southeast of Cyprus. Although the vessel was considered stateless, it did have the flag of North Korea on it and was loaded with stolen crude oil. This actually has a lot to do with a lot of stuff which was happening in Libya at the time, and I actually recommend looking up this story of the Morning Glory and everything because it's a massive rabbit hole it goes down. So if that's something you want to hear more about, I'm sure there's great documentaries on YouTube about it, and it's definitely worth looking into. But this would basically lead to the fall of the Libyan Prime Minister, basically. And of course, we have Operation Dustline, the operation in which Blackbeard joined Rainbow after the Navy SEALs are deployed to regain control of the border. Okay, now let's move over to the evaluation of Blackbeard's gadget. Like I said, we're going to take a look at his new hull adaptable shield, and then we're going to take a look at his rifle shield after, because I just think it would be nice to hear one last time. But yes, let's first focus on the hull adaptable shield. Now, the hull part stands for Hybrid, Utility, Lightweight, and Layered. This evaluation is of course on the operator specialist Craig Blackbeard Jensen, and the evaluation is by the director of R&D at Rainbow, Mira. And she says the following about the hull adaptable shield. One cannot protect others if they cannot protect themselves. This was the core mantra when re-evaluating the TARS Mark 0 and upgraded it into the hull adaptable shield. The hull uses a full body design consisting of 4 segmented panels. The 3 body panels are made from a titanium alloy blend, sturdy enough to withstand high caliber rounds and light enough to keep Blackbeard mobile. The face panel, on the other hand, uses a transparent ballistic polycarbonate material that grants him an unobstructed view of his surroundings. In order to account for multiple situations, the hull segments are designed to adapt and provide the most utility. Whilst repelling, the lower 2 segments retract, keeping the operator protected without compromising mobility. When Blackbeard discharges his rifle, the top panel drops down, affording him additional stability. This leaves his head vulnerable, but he insisted on implementing it. We have a little comment implemented by Blackbeard to follow on with this, saying, "I like living dangerously, Mira. Screw the risk. I can't go out there without my favorite guns." So it seems like maybe the first iteration that Mira was making for this required him not to be able to bring a full weapon like we have in game right now, maybe even just the pistol, but Blackbeard insisted that he wants to bring his heavy hitting assault rifles, so they made a compromise with the face shield being lowered. Continuing on, Mira says, "With the larger surface area of the new shield came the opportunity to implement additional breaching functionality. Using a combination of compressed air and the durability of the front steel prongs, the shield can destroy breakable surfaces and create entry points for squad members to navigate through." And that was the director of R&D at Rainbow, Mira, evaluating and creating Blackbeard's new gadget, the hull adaptable shield. Of course, this is something we know she has been working on for a long time. We actually got our first information about this all the way back in Operation Deadly Omen, where she requested Blackbeard to bring all of his rifle shields to the lab, and that is eventually what led us to this new shield. Right, let's jump to the past a little bit and take a look at the previous evaluation on his rifle shield, which was actually done by Blackbeard himself because Mira was too busy. And he says the following: "The last time my TARS Mark 0 transparent armored rifle shield went through a series of modifications, Mira took the lead. This time though, she's swamped and lab time is tight, so she asked me to run tests. Pulse, Blitz, and I had a hoot testing the shield on the tactical training range. With only a half day, we came up with an action list to be addressed, which is attached. Past modifications to the ballistic shield's composite materials are in the attached specs. In brackets, I stopped reading at aluminium octanitride, and actively felt my spirit leave my body when the phrase auxetic in certain orientations caught my eye. Overall, as long as it continues to be reliable, I'm a happy guy." And then we have an implemented comment by Mira saying, "Thanks Craig. One note, you 3 shouldn't tease the tech so much. They did not know you were joking with those stunts." And that was the evaluation on his previous rifle shield, and you know, at the end it says overall as long as it continues to be reliable. I think we all know how that turned out, and the hull adaptable shield is definitely a much bigger improvement, and hopefully we get to see how Blackbeard reacts to his new gadget more in game, maybe through some of the battle pass lore, because he always just seems like such a happy guy in the lore. Blackbeard always just seems so nice. Like when Fenrir joined Team Rainbow for example, and not a lot of people trust him, Blackbeard said, "I've met a lot of nasty characters in my time. Svensson is less of a wolf and more of a runt who got left behind. Poor guy." So I really do like how over the years that Blackbeard has just been painted as such a empathetic and genuine nice guy. So it's nice to see him get this new shield for him to play with. And I know, at least from my perspective, I absolutely love this new gadget and I think it suits him so well. And so everyone, that was the brand new updated bio for Blackbeard in Operation Collision Point of Rainbow Six Siege. Make sure you're subscribed because there's going to be more lore content coming very soon. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Drop a like on this video if you did enjoy. I absolutely love every single one of you and I hope you have an incredible and safe rest of your day. Also, go drink a cup of water because it is good for you and it is easy to forget sometimes. Have an incredible rest of your day. I'll catch you all later. Peace.